How do you choose which lenders to refer your clients to?
It's actually been like an up and down slope really over the course of my career. And I'm not like, 15 years or 20 years in the business. I've been doing this full time for almost 5 years now, but I've had experience a little bit before that as well. And finding like a good lender and a good broker has always been tough, because the ones that are pretty established, it's kind of tough to make a relationship with them because they already have like a go-to agent that they work for. So my calls are third or second on their list, whereas like their go-to agent is the one that they're always picking up the calls for, always like, getting those leads that they have turned over really quickly with pre-approvals. So with a lender or a mortgage broker, I think being competitive in the market is really important. Lead time, getting people pre-approved as quickly as possible. People want to know like, hey, what can I afford? And they don't want to wait 2-3 weeks to find out. They want to, unfortunately, everyone right now wants everything right away, but a lot of that information you can really give them pretty quickly. And so I think time is of the essence, and like, just creating that relationship is really important. And someone who, honestly, just to add on top, is knowledgeable and knows what they're talking about. A lot of people don't.
And what would you say stands out about working with me compared to others?
Quick response time. You're really competitive. And I think that is a big driving factor right now. So I think that there's a lot of lenders and a lot of brokers out there who are trying to make way too much on the profit margin. And I get it. Like, I know everyone needs to make a living, but I think you really service your clients well. And the service that you provide for the value that you give them, I think it's unbeatable, to be honest with you. And any client that I get, I'm just like, hey, even if they're pre-approved already, I pretty much say, give Alex a call, because I think he can probably beat your rate. Or he can like beat the service or whatever it is.
No, I really appreciate that. So. And thank you guys for your words and everything. Now you actually went through the experience yourself firsthand with the refinance.
Yeah, no. And it was great. Like I did a refinance before that. And this was, admittedly, it was during like the COVID boom when everybody was refining. Mm-hmm. So like loan applications were probably just like out the wazoo, but the response time was really good, and it was quick, and I felt reassured most of the time. I think that's a lot of times when people do their loans, and I know this from my own perspective of buying my houses, you're kind of like in the unknown, and that part's a little bit tricky. You're like, am I going to close? Am I not going to close? Do I know if the mortgage is going to get approved? And you're like, pretty much every single time you said if it's going to happen, it happens. Mm-hmm. And I like that like reassurance. Whereas like I've worked with lenders where they told me, oh yeah, it'll be done. And then it's like 3 days later and nothing's done. And then 2 days before closing, they give you some BS about, oh, they needed to have this and that, which in reality was them just not giving the proper document or not collecting the proper information, because it's a really simple process. I mean, there's a lot that goes on, but it's like, hey, get this doc, do this, get this doc, do this. And, that runaround, like I never got that from you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of getting trained properly in the beginning of your career. I think a lot of loan officers and people in real estate have never went through proper or formal training. I was lucky enough to start a bigger company, and I had a really good team leader who trained me. And then you do learn a lot through experience. So like maybe in the beginning when I was first getting out on my own, I would have issues like that. I didn't collect the document that I needed to collect in the beginning, or something would get left out. And it just takes time to get really sharp and hone in on those skills.
Anytime you start anything, you're always going to run into those hurdles, and it's like pretty much inevitable. And it's not necessarily about making mistakes. It's about when you make the mistakes, how do you fix that mistake moving forward? Yeah. And so, yeah, I totally get that.
What part of the loan process surprised you the most?
I'm not surprised anymore. I've been through so many loans at this point. So like, but also a lot of people get really frustrated when banks ask for certain things, and it's just like, just give them the info, especially if you have it. So, but yeah, no, not too many surprises on mine.
Yeah, pretty much expected.
Yeah, like I know that they're going to ask for this, they're going to ask for that. And then, and it's like rounds of underwriting, right? It's like you have this whole list, and then when you present them more docs, they're going to probably have more questions on that list that you gave them. So there's going to be even more conditions. So it's normal. I tell clients all the time, like, they're like, why do I have to give them this? And I'm like, listen, you want the mortgage or not? Just give them what they're looking for.